welcome to the second day of the National Assembly. And we're going to start with the presentation from our institution partner. So I will kindly ask Teresa Markova to come to the stage.
So, hello everyone. I think I have a presentation. Thank you. So, good morning. I'm really glad that I can stand here and talk to you about Sekerevashi. I will tell you details about this abbreviation. And before I start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Teresa Markova. I'm a PhD student at Palacký University Olomouc, and I'm focused in my research on neurorehabilitation of stroke survivors. So I'm not a student of this faculty of arts. I'm a student of faculty of general medicine and dentistry. So today I'm here to introduce you Sekerevashi. I will answer these questions. What does this abbreviation means? What does Sekerevashi exactly do? So, Sekerevashi is a student chamber of the Council of Higher Education Institution. Actually, we use the abbreviation, the Czech abbreviation internationally, so I'm going to use it in my presentation. And I hope you're going to understand because also our international partners are able to pronounce it and we use it internationally. So, before we start talking about topics that we are having in Sekerevashi, I would like to start with a warm up, very small activity, and I will have questions on the slides. And if you agree with it, or if the answer is yes, you can give a thumb up. And if you don't agree, or if you want to answer no, you can go thumb down, or if it's something in the middle, you can use a thumb sideways. Understandable? Very easy? Yeah. So let's start with the first one. Have you ever heard the abbreviation Sekerevashi before this meeting? So, yeah, but quite good. Yeah, nice. Thank you. Second question, do you know whose interest the Sekerevashi represents? So, can you give? Whose interests? Yeah, thank you for sharing your opinion. And I think it's the last question. Are you well informed about the activities of the Sekerevashi? So, yes, very good. I'm glad that in this difficult question I see thumbs up. That's good. So, yeah, and one more, sorry. Have you ever been in any contact with Sekerevashi? Yeah, contact. Okay, I hope that I'm going to share today some options for you that might take you into contact with Sekerevashi. So let's start with the quite boring information, but Sekerevashi is quite official body of the Czech higher education system. So let's start with the Act number 111 from 1998, which is the Higher Education Act, because there's a very important sentence. The representative bodies of higher education institutions are a body composed of members of the academic communities of higher education institutions delegated by their representatives academic bodies. It's quite hard to understand this sentence, but I just put it there to show you that we are quite official. The Higher Education Act talks about Sekerevashi, like, not officially because it's in the brackets, the Council of Higher Education Institutions, but we are official. We represent the students' interest officially, and the higher education, and it is written in the Higher Education Act. So, Student Chamber of the Council of Higher Education Institution is a national student representation. We are not association or some, I don't know, people who are really who really wants to support students' rights. We are official national student representation. And I have one more definition. We are the representative body of representative bodies because um, our members are delegated by the students, members of academic senates, the university level of academic senate, and we are like representing the students from the academic senate specifically because we are in contact with them, and the students in academic senate actually represents all of the students in Czech Republic. So, members of the Secretariat are delegated by the students' parts or students' chambers of the academic senates, and we bring together 68 delegates from 34 higher education institutions. 68 means that from each public and state higher education institution, we have two members and as well as from some private ones, higher education institutions. So let's make it clear. So the public higher education institution is, for example, uh, Palacký University Olomouc, Masaryk University, Charles University, Technical University Liberec, and so on. In Czechia, we have only two state higher education institutions. It is the University of Defense and the Police Academy of the Czech Republic in Prague, and some private ones. Actually, if a private university and any other university wants to be a member of Sekretarship, there's some fee they need to pay every year. And only some private higher education institution thinks that it's quite important to participate in this official body. So, for example, Škoda Auto University or Pan-European University, and I don't know which. Maybe, yeah, I don't have any idea which other university participate in Sekretarship. Pan-European, yeah. Anglo-American University in Prague. Yeah, and this is a photo from the Škoda Auto University where I've been in, I think, in September. So yeah, there's a picture of the presidency of Sekretarship because this very small team, three people, are working on Sekretarship every day. Day-to-day leadership belongs to our hands. So that's my photo and my name here, and you can also see my email address, and you can write me anything you would like to share about, for example, some feedback from for this presentation or any ideas what can we do more or how we can make the cooperation of Secretariat and ESN more detailedly and properly. Uh, and yeah, I'm like in the head of the Secretariat. So when someone, for example, from some media, because nowadays plenty of reporters want to have interview with us and get some information about the some steps of the Ministry of Education. They are contacting me, and we are giving them the information, and we are representing the Secretary officially. I have a very good and very hardworking two young men who are helping me because it wouldn't be possible to do it because there's plenty of agenda that we need to manage every day. And there is the first vice chair, man for organization and management. His name is Martin Gregor, and he's from the Masaryk University, and he's like helping to with the organizing staff and so on in Sekretarship. And the second vice chairman is Adam Heger from Pan-European University, and he's focused on international affairs of Sekretarship and especially our participation in European Students' Union. And I will give you some slides about the European Students' Union because I think it could be very interesting for you because you are working with international students and we are participating internationally in ESU. So we have also committees to work because there's many things that we need to do, like write some position papers, bringing some data to discussions with the ministry or Czech Rector Conference and so on. So we need to be like we need to have some expertise for plenty of topics, and we have four committees. Doctoral studies committee is focused on the conditions of PhD study programs. Last year, there was an amendment to Higher Education Act that has changed the conditions for PhD studies and also some other things because right now the new PhD students uh, don't have to manage the national state examination because it was it has changed because it wasn't really good to focus on some learning, some questions and topics about about the field of the study program, but it's better to focus on the research and talk about the research detailedly. And the doctoral study programs are not really focused on becoming like a better student and getting more and more information, but it's a preparation for becoming a young researcher. So we are getting information how the higher education institutions were able to manage the changes that they got from the amendment to Higher Education Act. The second committee is Higher Education Self-Governance Committee. It's the biggest committee of Secretariat, and uh, maybe you don't know what is the higher education self-governance. The most important body of the higher education self-governance are the academic senates, both on faculty and university level, and also very important part of it is internal quality assurance board of each university. So we are dealing with the topics that are very important for the students who are participating in academic senates, for example, sustainability, quality assurance, and we are also having a communication with them, and we are trying to support them to have some information and data how to stand more on the side of the students. So Higher Education Self-Governance Committee, and I think it's quite obvious what is doing the Legislative Committee. And we have one new committee, I think from December. It's a Social and Economic Committee that is focused on higher education institution funding and also some social scholarship or accommodation scholarship of students, because the direct financial support system in Czechia is quite bad, and in each international evaluation we got very bad results. So we are bringing the data from the other countries, and we really want to make it better the situation for the students who are not able to manage all of the payments that they need to figure out during the studies. It's not only about accommodation, but also about uh, uh, other things like getting some things for the education, like books and so on. So it's quite hard in Czechia to study, because although there's free, if there's no other payment for the studies, there's many things that that students need to figure out. And let's go to working groups. We have only two working groups. One is for international affairs. I will give you more information later. And we have working group for PR, public relations. Actually, we have a PR manager or content creator. So it's quite good that we can cooperate with him and to prepare some content on our social media, on our website, and the working group is quite helping him, giving him advices, checking whether everything is okay, and yeah, the working group is very active and very creative. Yeah, and let's move to the part of our international cooperation because I think it would be the most interesting thing from these from my presentation. So, the international cooperation of Sekirevesha has two parts. It's a European Students' Union (ESU) and European Council of Doctoral Candidates and Junior Researchers called EURODOC. I'm going to focus on the European Students' Union because the Erasmus wouldn't be maybe so interesting for you because actually it's not an official body and it's not as active as ESU is. And now I have some brief information just to give you information how ESU works. So it brings together 44 students, unions from 40 countries. Because some of the countries has more than one student union. Actually, Czechia has only one student union. It's Czechia, but I think Romania and Sweden and two more countries have two. So it has been there in since 1982, and it represents to 20 million students. It is based in Brussels, and that's good because it's in close contact with European institutions. So, as I mentioned, the European organization and institutions are very important, and it's very good that they have the contact with ESU very often because we can affect some politics about the important topics for students. So I have written here the institutions, European Commission, European Parliament, uh, probably you know the abbreviation EHA, but the two abbreviations ENCA and ECAR probably are not you are not probably familiar with these abbreviations. These are organization very important for quality assurance. One of them is the register of the quality assurance materials from the quality assurance agencies. Yeah, and the ENCA is there for the National Accreditations Bureau or yeah, and probably you know UNESCO. So the members of the European Students' Union meets and negotiates with representatives of European organizations, all of them. It represents European students, and they are preparing some strategic documents, statements, and publications, and organizes events for student representatives. They are preparing board meetings, European Students' Convention, and maybe you know the Alliance conferences for the students who are participating in the universities. Alliance, for example, here it's Aurora. I think in Brno Technical University it's EULIST. No, I'm sorry, it's in Masaryk University, it's EULIST and
No, Brno is the Technical University is EULIST.
EULIST, yes, sorry. Yeah, yes, so you are quite aware of this possibility to participate. So that's good, yeah. So yeah, the ESU is preparing the meeting for the students from the alliances. Yeah, and Sekireveshe is actively involved in the leadership of ESU. Actually, not at this moment, but our former members of Sekireveshe have been in the leadership of ESU, and I hope that this year we are going to get one very talented girl from Sekireveshe to the leadership of ESU. And right now I have some options for participation for you that comes from ESU because the ESU is making task forces for specific topics, task force for doctoral students, task force for the student rights charter, and task force for AI and digitalization. Actually, you can find this information on the website of ESSO or on the Instagram or Facebook of ESSO. And if you want to participate, it's quite easy. Just you can fill in the some form, and most of the activities of the task force are online, so you can participate. Although you are not a member of Sekirabasha or Academic Senate, because it's open to every student who would like to share their expertise or point of view to these topics. And actually, they are doing new task forces when some interesting topic that is important to deal with. So you can check it on websites, and maybe you can find something that you would like to participate. Actually, the ESU is getting plenty of data from surveys. I think the last survey was focused on doctoral students, but there are many more. So it's very good to participate here and to make Czech Republic more represented in the survey. And you can also share the materials at your higher education institutions, because they are doing the position papers and also some posters about important topics for students. Yeah, and one more thing that you can participate is Quality Assurance Student Experts Pool. Actually, do you know what is the quality assurance, or are you interested in quality assurance? Yeah, just not a bit. Yeah, yeah, so some of you. Yeah, it's quite a complicated topic because it has many of the levels like accreditation process and other things that are affecting the quality assurance of the study program and of the institutions. So, if you want to participate in and you don't know many more information about it, don't worry, because there are plenty of briefings, uh, and you can get information from the materials that are on the website. So, what is the real participation? You can become, and each of you can become student evaluator at the European level when you become a member of the Quality Assurance Students Experts Pool. There's an open call every year for 90 or 100 evaluators. Actually, I think last year there was about 120, 30 students who would like to become student evaluator, and they decided to choose 100 of them. So the chance is quite big to become a student evaluator. And there are some benefits for you when you become an evaluator. Actually, the open call is going to be probably in June, so it's going to be soon. So let's prepare ourselves. And the benefits are that you can improve the higher education environment on the European level. You can gain some international experience. You can get a special training, as I mentioned, for QA pool members. You can have some opportunities for networking and to travel abroad. And also, the financial compensation is quite motivating. So, if you are interested, go to ESU website, and I think in May or June it's gonna appear there. Yeah, and actually, the international cooperation is very important and interesting, but most of the time we are focusing on the cooperation in the Czech Republic. We are often in connection with Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports, because, as I mentioned, that is written in the Higher Education Act that they need to discuss the changes in the higher education with us, because we represent students nationally. Also, we are in the contact with National Accreditation Bureau for Higher Education, which is the accreditation body that gives the accreditation of institutions or study programs to the higher education institutions. So, uh, if you are if the institution is not having a consent from National Accreditation Bureau, they are not able uh, to run the study programs. Yeah, and the last thing is Czech Rectors Conference. It's quite similar body to Sakiravaša, but it's from the rectors of the higher education institutions, and it represents the interest of the rectors and higher education institutions from this point of view. Yeah, we have some memoranda of cooperation with GTS Alive. I think you know GTS Alive is the institution that is making the ISEC cards. Czech Association of Doctoral Researchers is uh, one association focused on Czech doctoral students, but actually it's not really working at this moment, and the cooperation is not very in very good condition right now. But we have the memorandum with them, so I just need to mention it. The Children and Youth Parliament and Czech High Students School Union is also one of our partners, and Association of University Advisors. But even more interesting, I think, is are the beginning cooperations, because it's like we are really keen on that we can cooperate with a school ombuds platform, that is association of ombudspersons of the higher education institutions. It's quite new organization, and they are quite very active, and I think it's a very good working organization, and we are really keen on that we can work with them, and we can give them some feedback, and they can give the feedback to us, because the social safety, if you know what the term means, the social safety is part of the environment where everyone is socially safe to work, study, and just exist in the higher education institutions. And it's a very important topic for the Secretariat at this moment. Maybe you know the initiative called Beat Sexism. Actually, we get to contact because they are doing some technological research about the drink spiking. It's very problematic, and the students could be negatively affected by this phenomenon. So we get into contact, and it's quite interesting cooperation. And in the end, I need to mention you, Erasmus Student Network. Because as Veru Plchová one mentioned, we don't have to be in everyday contact. We are not probably going to do meetings every month, but we need to know each other. We need to know who we can call or write an email when we have some event that is interesting for both of these sides, and just to get the information from you, and for you from us, when it's gonna help you to do your tasks. So we are quite happy that we can have you and have the contact. And I think right now, it's working very good. I will give you one more example of it. So thank you for your activities. Thank you for being there. Thank you for listening to my presentation. And I'm quite happy that Erasmus Student Network is one of our partners. So, the next part of my presentation is about Secretariat events. Maybe you have heard about this one. It's the abbreviation CGJO, but it's Jan Opletel Award. It's the highest student award in the Czech Republic. Actually, it's an award that has been there, I think, from many years, I think more than 10. But since the year 2023, we are giving this award with the cooperation with the initiative Díky, že můžem, probably you know, focused on democratical principles and activity of the inhabitants. And we really, this cooperation is also very important for us, because it has made the Jan Opletel Award even bigger event, and more people are sending the nominations of the students. Actually, it has three categories: the high school students, university students, and well, people who are active under 30 years old. So it's not very specified by the education system. Yeah, actually, we are going to start. We are going to open this year on June, I think, and we are getting the nominations until October. So if someone of you would be interested in nominating some of your colleagues, friends, you can go through the website of Jan Opata Award, and we would be really happy to have many nominatives because it means that we can choose the best one. uh, yeah, and if, for example, you have younger siblings who are on high school, so you can also nominate them if they are doing something positive for the environment of the high school. Yeah, very important part of our events is conference of academic senators. Actually, next Friday we are having this event. It's only once per year, and it is a quite big event because the number of the participants is about 100, and we are bringing together the academic senate students, academic senators, and also the members of the international evaluation boards of the universities. And we are discussing many topics. I think this year is going to be close relationships in the higher education institutions because there were some scandals and problematic situations about the close relationships. So two of the ombudspersons in Czechia decided to make a statement about it, and we are going to discuss it and getting more information from the authors of the statement. I think it's going to be quite good to talk about it more. We are going to have a discussion about using ethical principles of using AI in the higher education institutions. We are going to have a presentation and some discussion about quality assurance on national level, and also some workshops focused on mental health and physical health as well. And I'm not very sure what more, but it's like one day activity, one day event. And if you are academic senator, you can sign for this event, and we are going to be very happy to have 100 participants this year as well as last year we had. Yeah, and this is very good for you because this is activity for all Czech students or the students that are here in Czech Republic. It's a it's concept of round tables, and although we had some round tables in the past, um, now it's like a new concept, and we made some rules and organize organization steps to make it work uh, 3 times per year. It's for all the Czechia students, so that's good that we can have the point of view from other students that are not really participating in academic senates. But if you are interested in the topics, you can sign and you can come to the event. Actually, it was very challenging for me because when in the beginning of 2025, I was vice chairwoman for organization and management, and it was the challenge that this should work during the year. And I'm quite happy that it's existing, it's working. We have some organization steps that we made, and we are right now is a working concept, and we can do it every, I think, 4 months. So the first roundtable was about the quality of higher education. The second was about ethics and social safety, and the last one in 2025 was about financing of higher education institutions. But we had our first roundtable in this year in YOLOviNA in February. And that was very nice event because we can meet with your colleagues, specifically with Yaroslav and Veru, and they prepared for us a very nice and very appreciated workshop focused on conflicts and barriers. We had to figure out some specific situations that can appear, and they are caused by the processes of internationalization because it has some limits, and it can be very challenging. And it was really appreciated, and actually it was one of the best part of the event. But we also had some discussions about Erasmus program, data-driven internationalization, and internationalization at home. So it was a very good event. We discussed internationalization, and I think this was a very good opportunity to meet with you and give and for you to share the informations about your activities with more students. Yeah, actually, I prepared some brainstorming about what Sekeresha actually means for me as a Czech student who is working in Sekeresha, I think, for my third year. So it's not only about the work, but the work is a very important part of it because the academic senate of my university decided to send me to Sekeresha, and they really need to know what I'm doing there, and that we are uh, doing what the Sekeresha needs to do. So there's plenty of meetings. We are discussing about scholarships. We are at canteens and support of the students, quality assurance, PhD studies, and so on. Actually, it's not 100% good because I wasn't able to find the first version of this picture because I made it in Czech and then I put it into a Copilot. But as I see, Copilot prefers the word meetings. But actually, the meetings are the most common part of it because if you want to figure out something, you need to meet plenty of people. But there are also the events that I mentioned, the Young Metal Award. Actually, we are a students' representation, so we are celebrating the 17th of November and also other anniversaries of the activities that of students that made the Czech society to move to democratic principles. And also, we are doing the representation. That is both responsibility and opportunity when you need to figure out the interview with some national media to give the opinion of students. So it's quite a responsible activity. It's also option for some growth, personal growth, but I think all of the activities that you are going to do and you are doing at this moment for the students, for the environment, they have some impact on your growth. And also, it's fun. Actually, you can get some friendships, you can get a very good networking, and actually, yeah, the cooperation with Secretary is quite good, and there are no like we are not only focused on the work, but sometimes we go to pub just to discuss our personal things and so on. So although it's official, sometimes we have some unofficial parts. And I would like to add more information. How is the secretary related to student associations? And I think we are running out of time, so I'm going to do it quickly. We can share topics and interests. We are doing the lobbying for students and interests, so it's good to know what are the interests and get some feedback if we are lobbying for the right thing. We can exchange informations. We can raising awareness of both us and both you. We can share best practices. We can get some inspiration, contacts, and working. And all of the above, where you can find opportunities for collaboration. So all of the slides that I have prepared for you. If you find anywhere opportunity for cooperation, contact us. Don't worry. You can send nominations for the Jan Opatal Award. You can participate in our roundtables discussions. You can get involved in quality assurance. I mentioned the ESUQA pool, but there is also the list of National Accreditation Bureau evaluators. So you can participate in Czechia, and it's also quite good to have impact on it. We can share the information, and actually, it's quite good to get into contact with other types of engaged students. There are free QR codes, so you can go to our website, Instagram, or Facebook. You can follow us and get the informations up to date from these options. And that's all. Thank you for your attention. Yeah, one more time our about our social media. And if you have any questions, and if we have some time, I will be happy to answer your questions about secretary.
Thank you, Deepa, for your presentation. We do have some time for questions. So hereby I open the speakers list. If we can click one more slide. Yeah, thank you. The Slido, the speakers list is open. You can be asking your questions. And we already have the first question from Veronica.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Thank you for being. It's very important for us to navigate our new stakeholder. And I have a very like basic question, as an obvious question in our context. How can ESM help in advocacy of needs of international students in the Czech Republic?
You mentioned easy question. um, Actually, I think it's the situation that we are staying in the contact. We know each other personally because I think in the past it wasn't like this way. Actually, one event in Hungary really helped me to get to know your president. So I think actually that we are staying in the contact, and when some situation appears, when for example we need the data or you need our active participation, for example if there would be some legislative changes that would negatively affect the internationalization, we can contact each other, and you can like give us the feedback what we should do, what do you think is the best idea to do if some negative legislative changes would appear, because I'm quite negative and pessimistic about the situation in Czechia right now. Maybe you've already heard the information that there's the changes about the university canteens, and the ministry decided to delete the support for each meal of the students. And I think that we are going to face many of negative impacts for students. Actually, we were doing a very strong lobby for this situation. We really wanted to keep. Actually, if the ministry thinks that there should be any other options to support the students who are in very hard socio-economic situations, they can but put in the money, the 100 millions of the Czech crowns to uh, to the to the higher educations, like for the education and research is not a good option, and we really did our best, but we didn't get what we wanted. So actually, it wasn't really answer to your questions. But if something negative appears legislatively, we can affect it, hopefully, and we can do some lobbying.
Thank you. There is one more question, but I don't see the name in there. So if you could edit it.
Yeah, so I've already read it, so I can insert. Or
Just the same. If there is anyone in the room who wants to ask the question, so we have the name and the section. Okay. From the beginning, I was telling you that you always need to like write down your name and your section to be able to ask the question. Uh, so you can ask, but are you going to stay with us a bit after?
yeah, I think a little bit. I think for 30 minutes or 40 minutes.
Okay, okay.
Is it okay for you?
So we can ask the question directly to Terka.
Yeah.
And for now, since I don't see any more questions, I propose to close the speakers list. Are there any objections? Okay, so I'm closing the speakers list. Thank you again for your presentation.
Thank you so much for having me.
And right now, we will continue with the updates from the national board. So please.
Good morning, everyone. Your favorite part of our National Assemblies is here, which means National Board updates. Let's go. So, what is it? So basically, these are updates from NA November, NA present 2025 to this NA YOLOviNA 2026. These are regular updates of our action plans. Also, also regularly we are making updates during the community calls, but the final report with all of the graphics and everything will be during the NA June 2026 in Budweis. Let's go. So first of all, I would like to start with my updates, obviously. So, I've participated in few national events in past months, which is committee meetings, autumn, Christmas team building, spring team building, National Assembly in February, which was held online, a newbies event, and YOLOviNA 2026. In terms of the international events, I have participated in the General Assembly of ESN International that was in Wrocław in Poland. Also, we had some few extra events, which was like MB meeting for 3 days in February. Then also we have the ESC Unity and Diversity project. So I was part of all of the webinars, all of the physical phases of the project. Also, twice I was participating in the Pardubice team building, and also I was in the Prague Pub quiz in start of the March. In terms of some online communication, which means mainly calls, of course, we had the onboarding actually card calls in the January and February. Thanks once again to my supporter Hook for making it possible. Thank you very much. It was 20 calls. Then, of course, we had the PVB calls, presidents and vice presidents community calls. We had some section care calls. Then we also international calls as a president's community education community calls on the international level, and then many more. As you can see, we have many online communications. In terms of some projects, so EST is still ongoing, and right now we are in the reporting phase of the project, and also we involved our Erasmus Plus intern into that, and also this is little abbreviation that I will answer at the end of the presentation. This is a surprise, so it shouldn't be here. In terms of the DZS, aka Czech National Agency for International Education and Research, we are holding the regular monthly communication, which is online or offline. Last time we met online in May, yeah. In May, we will meet offline. Also, I was part of the CEDUCOM, which is the biggest conference on the higher education in the Central Europe, and I had a very pretty nice session with the International Education Community Manager. Also, I was part of the International Student Online Meetup in Olomouc that was held in December. I was part of the DZS Awards, and somehow also I was giving a reward to one of the category.
Also, we set up new priorities and cooperation with DZS, which was connected to our activities. Also, DZS, two people from DZS, they will be in the EGM, Erasmus Generation meeting in Split in April, so you can meet them, you can engage with them, and please talk with them. Specifically, there will be Eva, which is our designated contact person. Maybe some of you already know her from the local boards training in Brno. And there will be one person from the higher education unit, which is responsible for Erasmus, etc. So I think it will be very interesting and engaging for you to get in touch with them. They will be there for all the time of the EGM. Also, we hold in February special session about ESN. It was pretty nice session. There was like 60 participants, 30 physically, 30 online from DZS, and they were listening us for 2 hours how we are presenting ESN, which was pretty nice and pretty fruitful, I would say, because we connected with the ESN media ambassadors that we are very interested in that, and we had a special call and we are boosting collaboration on that regard. And also, as you can notice, in March, I think it was, there is a magazine of DZS called Mosaica, and we had like 2 pages article about ESN because the whole magazine, like this edition of magazine, was about Erasmus mobility in general. So we had 2 pages there. In terms of the stakeholder, of course, we are keeping the regular touch with the Czech Youth Council. No, no, not a council. Čeredema, Czech Council for Youth and Children. Then, of course, that we have here. Yeah, we had a session in Ihlava, and also, as you could see, presentation during our National Assembly. And also, we are more in touch with the Ministry of Education, Youth, and Sports. In terms of the other camp activities on the top of these categories, there was extra open call for the national supporters held in January. I'm pretty happy to announce that we were able to onboard 3 more national supporters. So right now we have 20 national supporters occupying 21 positions. One supporter has 2 positions. Also, there was lots of work on the strategic plan for the next 3 years that we are going to present this afternoon. So stay tuned for that. Also, I was helping to work on the ESN survey report that has many pages, already 110 pages. Maybe Simon will tell you more about it. Hopeful. And also, we're working on the annual report of the ESN Czech Republic that already has like 30 pages. Unfortunately, we are waiting for accounting company to provide us a correct financial result of 2025 that we can include them in the annual report. But basically, it's written down. You can also see it in the ESN drive, the draft version, but we are waiting for the numbers from the finance company. And then last but not the least, we conducted the national board feedback that was held in January and February for sure. So all of this was distributed. Thank you very much for your inputs. However, for the next year, I'm expecting more inputs for the feedback for the national board. Okay. That's all from me, and I am happy to pass the word to our amazing vice president.
So, hello everybody. I'm glad to see that many people here today after yesterday. So, welcome. And I will proceed with my updates. I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible, but I'm never promising anything. So, thank you. All right. So regarding the national events, I was attending the community meetings, Christmas team building, and in February, spring team building, and now National Assembly YOLOviNA. Regarding the international events, I was at the General Assembly Wrocław of ES International, and also at CMS in Tallinn, where I was part of education community. Uh, the extra events that I was attending was the national board team building meeting, sorry, which was already mentioned, and also I was invited to the team building of ESN Pardubice. Also, I was at DZS Awards and part of one Unity in Diversity event. Regarding the course, I would like to point out the calls with OC for National Assembly, which were quite interesting and full of stuff that needed to be solved. But I think that we solved everything perfectly, and you can enjoy the National Assembly as smooth as possible. With the international calls, of course, the NO calls, HR network community calls, and some other goals. There was so many times set goals. Regarding the national assemblies, we had the National Assembly in Poznań. Then we had National Assembly online in February, and right now we are having National Assembly here in Olomouc. And also we had the open call for this OC for National Assembly November, which we have one application, and you will see the presentation today. Regarding the quality assurance, uh, we have suggestions, yeah, for individual reports and proofreading. So it's almost ready. It needs to be done like the last proofreadings, and it's going to be ready to send it to you. Thanks to Shimon and his supporters. Sorry. So so soon you will receive it, the local boards will receive the quality assurance reports in their emails. And regarding the section care, I was preparing the topics for the section care calls and also for today's section care time that we will have during the National Assembly. And we had also some individual consultations with some of the sections. Yeah. Regarding the headquarters of ESN Czech Republic, we have new interns for summer semester, one for web developer and one for uh, the grant writing and reporting. Also, soon there's going to be open a new call for interns for the winter semester of this year. Regarding the legal documents, you already saw that we had two search engines and we prepared two NB decisions, which I would really love to thank Veronika Malindová, the legal advisor of ESN Czech Republic, which is making a really hard work on all of those documents that we are preparing for the network. And also, I forgot about the new photo and media consent, which has now a lot of more details and a lot of more information than it was before. And also, part of my agenda is taking care of the candidate section. We are in regular contact, and currently we are planning a study visit. So hopefully we're going to be able to find a date, and then I'm going to be going there to proceed with the study visit, and I can report it after. And regarding the tools, I'm constantly updating the ESN wiki, ESN accounts, the contact list, which we have also a new version. So don't forget about it, and the section checklist and our amazing Google Drive. So that would be everything from me for the updates, and I will give the words to our amazing financial manager. Thank you.
Hello, I'm financial manager. So I was also pretty busy as everyone else, and from the national events, I visited the community meetings. Um, sorry, the community meetings in Zbraslavice, Christmas team building, spring team building, and I was also part of the All United in Diversity events, as Veronica mentioned in her speech. Plus, obviously, I'm here. From the international events, I visited the community meetings in Vilnius, where I was a part of a BFC track, and I was also present during the GA Wroclaw. From the extra event, I was also presented during the NV team building. I also did a few section care visits, so thank you, Chavauta and Muni, for having me. And I was also on a time travels partnership event in Finland, which was pretty amazing. Uh, as everyone, I was part of a lot of calls. I would like to point out the NB calls, supporter checkup calls, NB Blue supporter calls, BF check call, BFC calls, calls with like a part of the section care, a lot of calls with the partners and potential partners, and also we hold like a text report call during the last month. Um, from this agenda, in the winter, we finish reporting and invoicing for the last semester, and together with the Pluchu, we prepared or like approved with these test the financial support from the next semester or like the next year. You already received some basic information, and the more are coming in the upcoming month, so be prepared for it. When it comes to the ESN card, we distribute the ones for the spring semester, and also like 2 weeks ago also we ordered the one from the next semester. From the partners, we did a Vodafone SIM card distribution. Together with Martin and Annette, we created the promotion plan, and we are continuously promoting the partners on our social medias.
There was a lot of like research for new partners, a lot of communication with them, but unfortunately we only succeed one, and that's our new partnership next time. So I hope that it will something that will bring us value and some potential for the future. Um, at the moment, we are also like dealing with a lot of grants. First of all, the European Solidarity Corps grant, which is like connected with the university and diversity that we were speaking before. We are currently finished all our physical and online events, and we are finishing the documentation and submitting the report. As it goes for the mission grant, we received the money for another year, and we also finished the documentation for the previous year. Um, we applied for the Prague one district application. We still don't know the result yet, but I would really like to thank Jarda for it because he was a really great help. And if some of you maybe need help from some grants application in your section, don't hesitate to reach out to him because he's really great and he will help you. Currently, we are also holding V4 grants call with Poland and at the moment with Ukraine. And we are discussing the possibility to apply and what to do. But to be completely honest with you, I'm not sure if this is going to work out because the communication is very complicated and unstable, let's say. So we will keep you updated about if this is going somewhere or not. Um, and no, Budisha, already 14 task was released. And as you may be seen, there is a little update. From now on, it's not only the BFC community related, let's say, game or project, but it's been more prolonged to all the local boards and maybe all local sections, but it's still fairly new. So please be patient with us and you can wait for more nice updated tasks to fulfill. Uh, then it's also good to mention the AMS project, aka the ESM card digitalization, which we are part of the testing phase. But again, I will be honest with you, it's been prolonging for a long time. We were originally supposed to start during the February, but we haven't started yet due to do some delays from the ESM international side. So again, we will see how this thing goes and we will keep you updated about this project. And of course, there's been a lot of invoicing, budgeting, and other, let's say, more boring administrative tasks that I was dealing with as a treasurer. And I think that's all from my side, and I will pass my watch.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm really glad that I can be here finally in person and that I can myself present the network manager's updates. So let's begin. I'm not going to tell you how many calls and events I attended, but I will start with the Christmas and Spring team building. I am responsible for organizing that one, and I want to thank both sections that organized these team buildings. Then I'm responsible for the November community meetings, for the agenda preparation and the facilitators and the content. So we had 5 communities and 6 common workshops, which is pretty nice. And I really hope that it would be even better in May's community meetings, where we expect more than 1,100 100 participants. So we will have 8 common workshops and 6 communities. So I'm preparing the agenda. I'm in touch with the facilitators right now, and we're preparing the content together. Then there will be the EGM in Split. I'm the delegation leader. We're going there the next Wednesday and starting on the next Thursday. So I was dealing with the registrations, also with the accommodations. Hopefully everything is prepared right now, and hopefully everyone is excited to go there. Then there's the mentoring program. We have right now 9 pairs. Before we officially started this mentoring program, there was a training for mentors call facilitated by Alex. And right now we also had the offline meeting, which was pretty successful, I would say. And we prepared certificates, which is a new thing. Um, if you join the mentoring program and there are some conditions, for example, like at least 5 meetings in the pairs, filling the feedback form, and sending some summary about the mentoring program, what you gained, then you can have the certificate and you can use it, for example, for your LinkedIn or for other ESN applications. Um, yeah, we're taking care of the HR community, so we have regular monthly calls. There is a bigger activity in WhatsApp, which I'm really glad, thanks to my community manager Kaya. And we're preparing right now the workshops for community meetings. About alumni, we sent already 2 alumni newsletters, and we try to stay in touch with alumni. And we introduced the alumni talks, which is a live Instagram live stream series. The first one was with Zuzka Molnarova. We're preparing the second one at the end of the April. And we can also use our ESN media ambassadors as the facilitators of these calls. Then we have some training agenda. So I collected the training needs in February from each community. And I prepared a training for facilitators. It was a short webinar for all of the people who are interested in workshop design. We had some checkup calls with my section care sections. We also I attended the physical meeting, the team building of USB Goodbyes. I'm really glad I could be there. Thank you for the invitation. And right now I'm working on some guideline updates. So I'm updating the safety team guidelines, events of ES and CZ guidelines, and a newbies manual. Hopefully it will be done pretty soon, and you will get the updated guidelines by the end of my mandate to your emails. And that's it from me. And I would like to ask events manager.
Good. It's functioning. So yeah, I will be continuing on where I was, what I was doing. So as you can see, I was the head of OC of C in the community meetings in Alpen with national OC, which I will be talking a little bit about later. I was at the newbies event and online in about the internationals. I was in the training and activities meeting in Vilnius. I got some extra events at the MB meeting as we already had on the team building of Zlin. Thank you for the invitation. Even the second one, even though I couldn't attend. And the DZS visit in the headquarters. About the calls, I was at the event. I have my events calls. Thank Nicole for being my community manager for it. My supporters calls, which I would like to thank Annette as being my events coordinator and Emret to be the causes coordinator, and our level MB calls. As CMs, yeah, as I already said, I was the head of OC in the CM's album, and I'm really communicating, and we are solving all the stuff about the community meetings, which will be in May from the 1st to 3rd. So, as I was saying, I was at OC. I'm glad that I see some of the faces who was on the newbies here. Lovely to see here that you are still engaged and want to continue with it. About the CNs in autumn, I was the coordinating the national OC call in the national OC, which I would like to thank you, the faces who are here too, who helped me with organizing it. Unfortunately, some of the bad news of the 2 cancellations, as you can see there, of the national event, as you can see, due to low OC applications, I would like to thank a few people who apply for being an OC. Unfortunately, it would be too much workload for them to do it just on the numbers which they had. About the National Erasmus Games, we consider that based on the discussion with all of you, of the section representatives, that there was not enough engagement about it. About the EGM in Split, as you can see, I am the vice delegation leader. I'm trying to help Sharka with everything she needs, trying to help her to have the workload lower. And the section carry I have the physical meeting with VŠTE and the General Assembly. Thank you for the invitation there. And as I said, the team building of Ozlin. And yeah, we impulse and we are going all of us. And yeah, the checkup goals. So I think it's all for me. So I would like to thank you for the attention, and I would like to invite Martin as our communication manager.
So, hello, thank you very much. So, I attended our national one of our national events. I was part of CMs in the Bratislava. I was and also Christmas team building and spring team building in right now YOLOviNA and also our NA February. Then I attended the CMs in Tallinn and and then also we continue in our regular NB calls, NB plus National Supporters call, and also with our communication community. And also we had like some section air calls. About the social media platforms, we still continue with Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and still continuing to like gaining more followers, and we are almost hopefully in the end of this year we will reach for 4,000 followers on Instagram, and yeah. Then we have the second order of the Czech delegation match before EGM. I hope all of you was delivered well. Then we continue in the promotion of our national events. Yes, yes, and seated partners with Anat and Veru, and also the project, and also some project. And about the projects, we had in the autumn ESN Program 2025. Then we with in the cooperation with Toku, we made the whole new concept ESN Media Ambassadors, and we had open call, and successfully we have 6 ambassadors this year, and also as Shaka as Shaka mentioned, our army too. And that's all from me, and I will pass the words to IT manager. Yeah.
So my colleagues already mentioned most of my agenda, so they said in here to make you laugh. I'm just joking. So, so yeah. From my position, I'm not gonna bore you with all the events that I attended. Let's just say it was the national events and one international event, the CM in Tallinn. Regarding the ERS system that all of you must have registered through, there are some additions for the managers, which is a priority list. So you can assign priorities to your registered members. And another new addition, there is not going to be sugar cubes typically in the paper form. Now it's in the ERS, so go test it out, write sugar cubes, and I'm gonna ask OC later to send announcements about it. The whole ERS system was migrated to a different repository, etc., etc. I'm not going to bore you with that. And we also have an intern involved in the future updates of the ERS system. Then financial manager, Veronica already mentioned the AMS system that is currently uh, on a waiting state. So hopefully we will give you updates soon. Then, as was already mentioned, the data analyst, mostly I'm going to talk about ESN survey that has around 110 pages. We are hoping to release it soon. It was a lot of work and there still is some left. But I have to say big thanks to my supporter, Veronica, for a lot of work that she did. Then regarding the websites and migration to Satellite 4, some sections already are migrating to Satellite 4 or their own systems. We had also some trainings and created the demo website for this platform. Also regarding our communication, there is going to be a restructure or there is ongoing restructure of emailing list on the national platform. So that's all from me. And we have
Thank you very much for your fantastic advice. It was very fruitful to hear it. And now let's go about some general board updates. So, first of all, as many times mentioned, we had a physical MB meeting in February for 3 days. So, we evaluated the previous semester. We got ready for another semester for the end of our mandate. Also, this is the surprise what I had for you. We got approved European Certificate Corps quality label for the hosting role. In case you don't know what is it, it means we have like kind of certificate that you have enough quality to host EST volunteers that are paid volunteers. And this is something what we are trying to achieve since 2021. So I am pretty happy that during autumn, during like 2-3 months, we will sit down into it, we work on it, and it got approved by the national agency. Yeah, so now we are working on the implementation of this quality label so we can host the EST volunteers soon in our national headquarters. Yes, and now something what was already tackled yesterday, I would say. There are some proposals for the MBA agenda changes and national supporters changes that would be effective since July 2026. Because already you have status internal rules proposal for changes that going to be presented today but voted tomorrow. As I mentioned many times in the internal rules, there are not so many details and insight into the positions into the agendas. And for this, we have specific national board decisions, which is called MB task description. But we are ready to make these changes. We are ready to propose it. That's why we are here for this, for this, and Kuba will present it to you in the afternoon. But I would like to give you more insights in case in case this internal rule will get approved, this proposed change. We are ready to already update the rest of the documents because they are already done. Now I will give you the highlights of the biggest changes what we are proposing to do. And first of all, of course, it's a commercial partners and Blue Stack in general, the concept. We would like to move it from the financial manager to the communication manager for many, many reasons, but mostly because we will cut the third person, we will unify the process, it will be more effective and easier information flow, maybe than some from the nation board can add anything into that. In terms of the events distribution, we would like to move majority of the events also now that are under the network manager under the events manager. In case of the section care, to move it from the vice president to the network manager. In terms of the ESN crown, move it from the communication manager to the network manager. In case of the quality assurance, move it again from the vice president to the network manager. And also, in terms of all of this, we are going to change a little bit something about BFC community, business and finance community, at the national level. Because we have noticed that not every, or the majority of the community members are not satisfied with the topics that are tackled, how the sessions are done, how the calls are working, and there is a like long-term need to split these communities into the partnership and to the treasurers. Also, in general, like there's a lack of the partnership managers in our network for many years already. I think it started during the COVID pandemic.
Right now, we have like 6 partnership managers in our network out of the 20 sections. But we have lots of treasurers, of course. So we are going to work on it, and already we will implement some of our ideas into the community meeting spring 2026. So pretty soon, in 1 month, we are going to implement some changes. And last but not the least, I would like to notify you that all candidates for the national board positions were notified about the proposed changes, and that will be probably published in April in case the search changes are approved. So everyone who is candidate today was aware of these changes, and they know what's going to happen. And that's all from us. Last but not least, I would like to, of course, thank all of our national supporters, because there's lots of tasks, lots of work. Like without them, without these amazing 20 people, we wouldn't able to manage it. So thank you very much, and I'm very happy that we have lots of people like that. So in total, our nation level consists like 27 people, which is amazing compared to other countries. And also, I would like to thank all of the volunteers. So I don't want to like mention just local boards or local supporters, but all of the volunteers who are active, who are buddies, who are taking about international students, who are participating in our events, our activities, who are involved also in the national level. Even though I know your major responsibilities are on the local level, we are pretty happy to see you here and see you active. And at the end of the day, all of us, we are just volunteers. And last but not the least, I would like to thank my amazing national board. Maybe this picture is familiar for you. It's from the community meetings autumn 2025. Um, the pineapples are there for some purpose, okay? So thank you very much, and I'm very grateful that I can be part of this team. And hopefully we are going to stay happy like that to end of our Monday. It is 30th of June. That's all from us. Thank you very much, and we are ready for your questions.
Thank you so much for the presentation. You can be already scanning the QR code. Don't forget to enter your full name, your section, and the question into the Slido. Please ask just one question per entry. Try to be concise. I'm gonna wait a bit for your questions. I don't see any questions. I'm trying, but okay. Go on, go on. Since coming here, television really exists. Nice. So I'm trying. Go for it.
Hey, so Camila Fonseca is technically not. I would like to ask about the sugar cubes, and if like will making sugar cubes in an online form reduce the personal touch and personal like connection on the events and increase screen time and like decrease the personal human being. Especially when society is struggling right now with like people lacking the personal connection, wouldn't it be better to like keep it on paper? Whether you can just support this.
Yeah. I, a lot of people were asking this question actually, but this decision for the sugar cubes, making them online, was made for some reason. First of all, we were wasting a lot of paper with the paper sugar cubes, so sustainability, right? That's one thing why it was transferred into online form. Second thing is, I don't really think that it's gonna. Okay, sure, it will increase screen time because if you want to write or read a sugar cube, you have to actually look in your screen, right? But a lot of people actually at the end of the event, for example, want to write the sugar cubes, but most of them have to run for the transport, etc. So they don't have time to either pick it up or to write sugar cubes for the other people. The sugar cubes here are open even after the event. So people can write it after the event on the way home or even like a day after. Like right now it's set to 3 days after event. You can write sugar cubes. So yes, it will increase screen time, but it doesn't have to increase screen time on the events. I believe that it's not gonna remove the personal contact because you don't have to sit here and write sugar cubes here. You can do it on your way home, for example, or at home. And I don't believe that online sugar cubes is something why the society should like struggle. 30% correct. Yeah. Does that answer the question?
I would like to add two more points. First of all, so I would like to say that you are struggling with the engagement during the session, or just the people were not talking each other in coffee breaks and lunch. Otherwise, they were taking the bunch of the papers and writing the sugar cubes instead of them to socialize with the people. Also, sometimes instead of like preparing for the session or just reflecting what happened during the program, they were just again taking bunch of the papers and writing the sugar cubes. That was not effective at all. This is one point of view, and we were testing it like for 2 years. So we saw what was the result. And another thing, it's a safety. Because as you know, we have code of conduct, which is also valid in the online communication in general, also for the behavior during the events. And in terms of the paper reviews, sometimes it was very hard. There's no reporting mechanism for the safety in case there's something inappropriate in the sugar cubes. So, and I like concept of the sugar cubes. I don't want to get it cancelled, as for example, ESM Portable did, because there were nasty comments in the sugar cubes with no signatures. So in terms of the safety, I think it's better to have an online version where there's always option to report inappropriate messages and another organs can deal with it, then I don't have any reporting mechanism. I just will ask if someone else. You covered all of what you said. So, okay, well, so meaning like the sugar cubes won't be anonymous anymore. You cannot public like the online. Because like if you don't report it, it's okay. First of all, you asked for the reaction. Reaction is not the question, so we can discuss this during the coffee break, definitely, but I will answer, even though I shouldn't. um, they are anonymous. There is option to send it anonymously or not anonymously. In case it will be reported, the anonymously goes down. Oh, okay. Simon will answer the technical aspects.
It wasn't a question, so maybe.
There is a possibility to submit sugar cube with your name and also anonymously. So both options are still available. We can speak about it more during the coffee break.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your question. Before we go jump to another question, I would like to propose to close the speakers list. Are there any objections? Amazing. So I'm closing the speakers list right now. And before we jump to question from Susanna, I would just like to point out, try to be really like better with the questions. I know you're just trying to like explain the questions, but it's more like two questions in one. Like it's really like on the edge. So I would like to ask all of you to be more concise with the questions when you're writing into the Slido. So we will jump to the question from Susanna here. I don't know where is the microphone here, please. Oh, see here on the left.
So, so that's good. Okay, so I wanted to ask because
Your name and section, please.
of course, my name is Susanna Wojcicka, and I'm from Czech Prague. Yes. And I wanted to ask, because you raised the issue with the partnerships and as well that it's not very popular positions in between the sections. And is there anything that can be done, like the next board, of course, that we can do? I'm pretty intrigued because it is relevant for sections well-being basically.
Okay, thank you for your question. But to be fair, I believe that this question is more aimed for all of you. Because as it was like mentioned, we did provide a community, we would provide a space where the partnership manager can learn. And even though we did not kind of like see any more interest in this position. So I think that it's more of a, like a research, because we were also trying to do a research at the beginning of last semester, at the beginning of this semester, about what it would help you with the partnership agenda, how does it work in your section, etc. But from like the 90 section, we did only get 3 responses. So we're not, to be fair, sure what to do to help you with it. So if you have any ideas, please reach out to me and we can discuss it together.
Thank you so much. This was all from the National Board updates, so you can see that. Thank you. And maybe you notice that we are a bit slightly behind the agenda. So what would I suggest right now is that we will go for the coffee break as planned for 20 minutes now, and we will move the presentation for the candidacy of Yaku for the president in the second block of the presentations, and we will use the buffer time that we have in the agenda. So, are there any objections? I don't see any. Okay, so enjoy your coffee break and see you in 20 minutes right back in here. Thank you. On nie, to więc bezpiecznie coś będzie. I tak zaczęłam. I to było, oczywiście, So I would like to ask Jakub.
So, hello everybody. Thank you for coming after the coffee break. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope your energy is better after the great coffee breaks that we are having. So, I'm here today to present to you my candidacy for the position of President of ESN Czech Republic for the mandate 2026 and 2027. But who am I? So, in case you don't know me, this is me. My name is Jakub Study. And about my professional life, my personal background, and those informations. So, currently, I'm working as a head of marketing department at Brno University Hospital. I graduated in business economics, and I would say that my biggest priority in life would always be my family and my friends. So I'm really oriented towards like this part of my life. But I would like to point out that most importantly, I'm just a human being as everyone else here. Regarding to my ESN background, I joined ESN in 2023 after my Erasmus Plus program. And after that, right, like quite soon after becoming an active member of ESN Beauty Brno, I became an Instagram coordinator as a supporter. And soon after that, I became a president of that section. And currently, as you already know, I'm holding the position of the National Vice President of ESN Czech Republic. I would like to show you some important events of my national board journey. I would like to start with the national events, and maybe you would be interested why there is an Eagle Waldorf when it was more than 1 year ago. Actually, it was my first national event and also my first national assembly. It was my first contact with the broader network, broader Czech network, and it was the first time when I experienced what does the National Assembly word mean in real life. Then at Ostrava Černá, it was my candidacy for the position of vice president. And then at Naples, it was the first National Assembly physical one that I was head of from the national board's position. And also community meetings in Zbraslavice last year. I put it there because there I had the really big personal contact with the presidents and vice presidents community and with other people from the network, but most importantly, the presidents and vice presidents community, which I'm part of right now as a vice president and if elected also as the president of ESN Czech Republic. From the international events, I pointed out a General Assembly in Wroclaw when I see how the legal processes work on the international level and also met people from the international level, had the opportunity to chat with them, to hear their experiences and their opinions on various things. And the community meetings in Tallinn, where I was part as a where I took part in the education community, which is connected to the president's agenda if elected. So I was there and I had the touch with the international community, which I would be part of. And you may be asking, why me? Why you should consider me as the potential president of ESN Czech Republic? I'm considering myself as a responsible leader. I'm always trying my best to work with the team, with the supporters, and all the people involved in the processes. Uh, I would like to kind of ensure the stability and continuity of the Czech network because I already hold the position on the national board. I know the processes. I know how things work in on the national level. So I think I would be able to ensure the stability and continuity of our network. It's also connected with the sustainable development of ESN Czech Republic, which I'm going to be talking a bit more a bit later. Also, during my vice president mandate on the national level, I was basically or I am still in a daily contact with the local sections from various perspectives, either legal ones, the section care, or personally at the national events. So I would say that I have knowledge about the Czech network, about the sections, about their needs, about their struggles, or about their best practices. So I think that I have knowledge about the network that we are creating all together here. And I would like to talk a bit more about my specific goals. And I think I'm running a bit out of time, so I'm going to try to be as quick as possible, but to explain what I want to achieve at the president's mandate if elected. So we all know that the previous national boards and the national presidents did an amazing job with developing the network on the level that is it right now. So I would love to continue with the work of the previous presidents and the national boards in terms of the stability and continuity. Uh, Also, fulfillment of the presidential agenda regarding the legal documents, what are like the legal requirements, and also that the sections would be happy with the agenda, how is it fulfilled, and also for me teamwork is a dream work or should be, so I would love to really work with the national board from the position of a president and be in touch with the national board one more year and develop the network even more. Other specific goals, the more specific ones that I prepared, is the higher education institutions cooperation and advocacy, because we all know that we have sections with such a great cooperation with their higher education institutions, but also unfortunately we still have a lot of sections which don't have that great cooperation with their universities. So I would love to facilitate the discussions, best practice sharing, and continue in the work of previous presidents regarding the advocacy part of the cooperation between the universities and the local sections. Uh, as we already mentioned multiple times this weekend the National Board is proposing the new strategic plan for the year 2026-2029. That means, if approved, then the new action plans for every year for every national board would be created regarding based on the strategic plan. There are some structural changes which you will see in the presentation in the afternoon. So I would love to sit with the current and the old national board to think about more about the implementation in real life, and also about the monitoring process, because we know you have the access to the sheet and everything, you can see the process, and we have the NB updates at the national assemblies, but I would love to think about more options how to make the work on the action plans more visible. And also, I was already talking about the stability and continuity of the network. And this is the thing that, with being already part of the network for some time, being part of the national board, and having the knowledge, which I think I do have, would be a great starting path for the next continuity of the ES in Czech Republic. I would love to thank all of you for listening to my presentation. I would love to thank everyone that is supporting my presidential candidacy. And also, I would love to thank you for considering my candidacy for president of PSN Czech Republic. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. Can we click the next slide for the Slido QR code, because we do have time for your questions. I'm opening the speakers list, and let me remind you to write down your full name, your section, and the question. A simple one question per entry. If you have more questions, you can just ask more questions in the Slido. And we already start with Shimon. Shimon Blush, if you can, raise your hands. Thank you so much.
Hello, Shimon Blues, Journal. In the question round, you will give concrete examples of how you motivate young people to go for national. Could you elaborate more?
Yeah, thank you for your question. I would like to say that like the primary motivation should go from the people itself, but we know that it's not enough mostly, and it's about talking about stuff. It's about talking with people, about presenting the agenda, the things that the national board is doing, and about I don't know. Oh, maybe I should touch it. Okay, let's pretend it's not happening. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, so I think it's about the education, about sharing more what the agenda is about showing it to the people a bit more. But at the same time, the national board doesn't want to force you or like force the information about what the things they are doing to you because we know that people are already overwhelmed with their own agendas. So it's quite a difficult question, but I think it's education, it's the information flow.
Thank you for the answer.
Thank you so much. The next question is from Veronica. In front.
Pavlova is Caesar. Thank you for your presentation and for your candidacy. And after the question, you already mentioned that a bit. If the new strategic plan is approved, how will the action plan and its implementation and reporting change? Do you have any specific steps?
Yeah, thank you for your question. I would like to mention that it's not like one man thing to work on the action plan to do the action plan, but the thing is that I want to like really open the discussion while creating the new action plan with the national board if elected about how we should improve it. I didn't really have like really concrete specific steps, but I wanted to be like a discussion about this because I think everyone can have like different point of view. Also, new people coming from sorry coming from the local sections that like we're not working with the national action plan but just seeing it would be great to have this input as well. So I hope I answered your question.
Thank you. Go on with the second one.
There is a candidate for the position of financial manager. How do you plan to address the budget proposal for the next month, given that we may only elect 3 out of 7 MB members by the time of the submitting the budget proposal?
Yeah, thank you for your other question. The thing is that, uh, of course, the new national board should create the new budget, but in this case, since there would be no financial manager, we with the new national board if elected, we would approach for sure the current financial manager to work like help us navigate the process in these terms. And then, of course, it's going to be needed to ask the current national board to propose the proposal of the budget on our behalf because we would not be able to propose it on our own. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we have the next question from Anathemaza.
Thank you. Hello, nothing else I forgot. Yes, I'm Guna. Was your candidacy for the president position planned, or did you decide during your PP mandate? And if that's the case, what was the interest?
Thank you so much for your question. Actually, I'm quite ambitious person, so when I achieve something in my life, I always try to look a bit higher, always. So, in the back of my head, always was like, hey, maybe one day I could try. But the decision was made during the vice president mandate. It was quite a long decision. Like those like thoughts started somewhere like around the GA Wroclaw when we also had like first little talks with Veronica, the current president, and it started like in my head, but it was a process. It was not like direct decision that I made, and I was considering a lot of parts of my life and about basically everything about the position. So yeah, I think there was like no concrete impulse. It was a process of like realizing and like working with that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. I don't see any more questions on the slide for now. Okay, there is one more from Veronica Pupo.
Republika is that what international currencies are under international headquarters, we like to bring closer to the local sections with be specific.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your question. Um, Actually, I was not really thinking that much about like this specific part. I don't like study that much the international headquarters project that they are already having. But for sure, if elected, I would be open to study it more and to start like working on bringing the projects toward more forwards to the section. So
Thank you so much. I don't see any more questions for now, so I propose to close the speakers list. Are there any objections? Okay, I am closing the speakers list. Thank you so much again for your presentation.
Thank you.
And we will continue with the presentation for the candidacy for the network manager. So I would like to ask Kaya to come on the stage. Right.
Can we just see? Okay, so hello everybody. My name is Kaya and I'm applying for the network manager. As you can see, I'm trying to do anything to enjoy the life. I like to travel, do some hobbies, and being active. But actually, it all comes down to ESN, honestly. And as you can see, I've been here for quite a while now. So, ta-da! I've been a lot of positions and a lot of things I did. I was facilitating, I was visiting the national and international events. I was OC, I was safety team. I was doing some workshops. I'm part of the mentoring program right now, and it's been fun so far. And let's go to my goals. I will really try to be quick. So first of my goals is to keeping the network united and active. Honestly, right now, I think that how the network looks right now is really great. And I would like to keep it that way because I think that even now on the national events, the whole energy here is really welcoming and nice. And it would really, if elected, it would really make me happy if we keep it that way. Next is member of MB being part of the team. I think it's like all of us know that being part of the local board and national board is different, and starting in a new board with people you never worked with before could be a little bit difficult. So if so, I would really like to focus on keeping like the communication and the whole vibe and working ethics really nice and good in the new team. And it's also really important to have a nice team and work together. My third goal is support the HR community. Right now, I'm still part of the community because I'm HR community manager. And this community really helped me myself, and it really helped me to learn and realize once again why I'm here and what I'm doing, that it really has a purpose, and the energy that this community gives me, I want to give it back and I really want to support it. And there's always space to do something new and to implement new things and do better. So yeah, I want to support it as much as I can because it's the beginning of my whole journey in ESM. Another of my goals is developing training and trainers. We've been talking about it for the whole weekend with people who I talked before. And this is also a nice part of ESN and on the network that we can make better with working with, educate, with trying to um, do better with workshops for trainers and for you guys. It would really make me happy if the workshops that we are having on community meetings or on local boards training would give you something and it wouldn't be just a repetition of something that you already have or the information you have. It would really be nice if from every session and from every workshop you would learn something new or it would give you new perspective. And that's what I would like to implement if I were elected. And my last goal is delegation leader. This is something that I have I've never done it. And it's something new. And honestly, sometimes it happens that not every information is there at the right time. for everyone. Not everybody knows what they're doing, what the international event is for, why am I here, who am I here. And I would really like to unite it, the information, and give it to you so everyone knows what they are doing and so they can enjoy the events, the international events to the fullest and be happy. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. I am opening the speakers list. You already see the QR code. You can be scanning to the fullest and asking your questions. Enter your full name. We already have the first question from Veronica Bukovan.
Yes, first of all, thank you for your presentation and for your candidates. I'm very happy to see that. Well, I would like to ask you that can you tell us how the ESN review has changed the information flow between levels of ESN?
Mm-hmm. Well, it changed a lot. I think the transparency between each levels of ESN got more better, especially with the fact that we kind of got rid of a division of local and national representatives. So now everybody knows everything, and also with the changes of the national and international events as National Assembly and General Assembly. Yes. So yeah, that's I think that it got better thanks to that.
Thank you. The next question from Marty Petrovinsky.
Thank you. Firstly, USNC said, in general, you were appointed as an ESN media ambassador. Do you see any benefits for this experience for the position of network manager of ESNC?
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I think that thanks to the ESN Media Ambassador, the visibility and like the working with alumni, for example, is really doing great for me personally in the way that I want to apply for network manager, and I do see the benefits. I would love to continue in this program of the media ambassador.
Thank you so much. The next question is from Sharka.
Sharka Strokola, ESLCZ. My question was unfortunately too long. For you. You currently hold the national supporters position as the HR community manager. If you think back, how did you imagine the HR community before your mandate has started? How did this idea differ from the reality?
Yeah, okay, thank you for the question. The main difference was that I thought that there would be more people in the online calls, which wasn't really what I expected because the number was really lower, but it's getting higher, which is really nice. And because I was the PvP community manager year before, I had some general information how the communities work and what to do and what not to do, and that was it.
Thank you. The next question is from Veronica Bukovan.
Yes, the same as follow-up question to my question of the ESN review. How we as NO can more improve the info flow between the levels of ESN?
We can improve it thanks to the like section meetings, like the questionnaires, not questionnaires, meetings, section with the sections representatives, and we can talk about what is happening and the influence of how they respond to the changes or like the things that were discussed there. Then they can be implemented in the general assembly meetings.
Thank you so much. The next question is from David.
You have organized many different workshops for national training events. In your opinion, what's the most important aspect of preparing a workshop?
Mm-hmm. I think the most important aspect is to have like good TSO and work with the like have in mind that it might change a little bit. Be flexible with the time, be flexible with the responses, have some like times in advance in between the things you want to do, so you can like talk about it a little bit more or like cut it short and be flexible with the time. So it's true.
Thank you so much. The next question is from Matilda.
Thank you. Hello, Kai. My name is YOLOviNA. I would like to ask you because in your goals there was like you would like to motivate or have trainers in the training programs or events. How would you motivate? There's not so many. How would you do that?
Yeah. I think that the reason why we don't have many trainers is that people don't really know what to do. What is it? Like, what is a trainer? And so I would like to, like, thanks to the workshops, like we had, for example, with the Educate this week, it was really nice starting point to learn what is a trainer, what to do, like some basics. So if you generally know what to do and what is it about, I think it's way easier to bring people into become a trainer. So if you have no idea what it is, you will probably never apply or like never join this type of things or this part of ESN. But if you have a general knowledge and you know, and you know it's something you are not scared to do, then it's easier. That's how I'm motivating.
Thank you so much. The next question is from Susanna. You're in the left.
I'm Susanna from Gisdol, and I wanted to ask you, since your application, you very much deeply focused on checkability, but I didn't hear much about do you plan to be open for international collaborations, and do you plan to invite some trainers other meetings like that or change the
Well, in the past, we already did some. We had some international guests for our community meetings. For example, last spring team building community meeting. Sorry. But yeah, I think we also we are collaborating with our like ESN Slovakia and ESN Poland, and also within the network. I know that ESN Ústí is collaborating with other ESN sections outside of Czech Republic. So yes.
Thank you so much. I don't see any other questions for now. So I propose to close the speakers list. Are there any objections? Okay, I am closing the speakers list. Thank you again for your presentation. And now we will proceed with the third and last candidacy for the communication manager of the Czech Republic. So I would like to ask Janča to come on the stage.
Hi. Hello, I'm Jana, and I'm here to present my application for a communication manager of ESN Design. To mention something about me, I'm a Libra, but perhaps you decide. I studied to be art teacher, and I've dedicated my whole life to art and spreading the passion that I have about fine arts and visual arts, among others. Besides my passion about art, I like hiking, tea of any kind, and traveling. I fell for traveling when I went to my first mobility. Since then, I've already been to two other exchange mobilities abroad, and it kind of it made me a different person, traveling around and exploring new cultures. And of course, very passionate about the ESN. I joined 3.5 years ago. It's been a long journey since then, and I believe that I experienced a lot throughout all the positions that I had, and all that experience that I gained is also thanks to all the people that I met on that journey. But because without those, without everyone, because without all of you, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have a chance to run for the position. I would like maybe take some time to mention those that I'm most thankful for. It would be people that I had a chance to throw the community meetings 2 years ago. Then second on the second picture, there are my best Erasmus here in Olomouc, and the last picture are the people that I'm most thankful for, because they are the ones who led me through this journey, and I wouldn't be here without them. Okay. Uh, why should I? Why should you consider me for the position? As I mentioned, I've been in ESN for a while, and I experienced a lot. And I believe that throughout all those positions, throughout the people that I met, and everything that I experienced on the journey, I gained many skills, knowledge, the hard and soft skills, which would possibly make me good communication manager. If I like this. On the journey, I also went through many ESN events and got trained to for the position. And last thing, I'm a really enthusiastic person. I'm passionate about what I'm doing, and since ESN is what I love and what I've been doing for a while, I think that I will be able to dedicate all that passion to the position as I'm doing throughout my journey. And one last thing, I think that could be should be mentioned. I love combining my two passions, art and ESN, especially through designs and visual creation. And I would like to just mention that everything that OC is wearing is my work. And the T-shirt that Vicky has was actually awarded by Comcom Stamp. Like design. Okay, so we spoke a bit about my past, so let's get to possible elected future. Those are some of my goals that I would like to concentrate on. I think that it would be nice if we had a chance to rebrand our Instagram, since it's like the main domain that people that our audience uh, uh, follows. I think I believe that our audience is changing as trends, and by rebranding the Instagram, I think that we can engage those people more to be we can engage our audience more and make them more interested about our content. I think it would be also nice if we would manage to collaborate tightly with sections to make sure to decrease the work overload for the local communication managers, and increase our reach. I mean, ESN sees it, Instagram's reach. And other point, as a current visual coordinator, I would like to also concentrate a lot about on WIM and its allocation, not only to communication managers, but also throughout the whole network, because I feel like it's important not only for the designs and visuals, but also, for example, for documents and other stuff. And I think that some part of our network that have that deep insight and the whim. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's my almost like my last slide. I would just like to say thanks to my section, because I think that's who though they are here to support me, and I believe that they are the reasons why I'm standing here. Okay, I've mentioned that before. Okay, Thank you.
So just for the presentation, I'm opening the speakers list. You see already the Slido. Use it, take advantage of it, ask your questions. Please don't forget to state your name and also the section. Name, section, and your question. Simple, concise, one question. That would be amazing. We already have a question from Shaka.
Shanta, to talk about USMCZ, I would like to ask you about the omnibus that we introduced recently together with the communication manager. If you decide to continue this project, who should be primarily responsible for alumni talks? The network manager or the communication manager?
Okay, thank you. Well, nice question. I actually think it could be communication manager since the people um, inside this project are also social media ambassadors, and the communication manager is the one responsible for those positions. I think that it would be easier if the communication manager is also responsible for that for the project.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from Dutch.
Channel communication. What are your concrete steps as salvation master?
I think that one of the steps would be educating communication managers, local communication managers, to be able to educate the rest of the members and the rest of the board through for about WIM, because those people, like communication managers, have to like should know WIM like well, and I think that giving them the insight into how to educate more the rest of the world would be way how to improve that.
Thank you. The next question is from Martin.
In the ESN season, um, this year we started collaborating more on Instagram posts with the local sections. Do you think this is the right way to go?
Definitely, I think that this way we could we could yeah, I definitely it's the right way. I actually already mentioned.
Go on.
This direction event, it was part of the candidate session yesterday. It was published maybe for 15-20 minutes. I think the candidate already answered all of it, like regarding this topic of the session conversion on Instagram.
That's right.
Thank you for noticing this. So Martin can proceed with another question.
If Wi-Fi covers move under the communication manager's agenda, it will be important to be able to work with it. Do you have any experience with it?
Yeah, I believe so. Not like the wrong ones, but I actually got a bit of training in that field as I was present during international community meetings in Prague, and I was part of BFC.
Was it covered on the candidate session?
With the reaction that the search engines are not approved yet, so the candidate like doesn't know which it be, or like just a comment that it's not approved yet. So I'm not sure if this is appropriate question.
Okay.
I guess, yeah, Jack, if you want, you can proceed with it. If you don't, we can just move on with another question.
Yeah, I think that I got the training for that during those sessions at the international community meetings, and I think that if it's a proof that I would be able to get deeper insight.
Thank you so much. Martin, the last question from you.
And nowadays, social networks are dominated by a very vertical form of video feeds. Do you have any experience with the video creation?
Yeah, I since I studied to be art teacher, I got the different courses on video creation, and as well during my internship last semester in Česká škola bez hranic. I was responsible for their social media, and it was mainly video creation, and I think that it kind of worked out.
Thank you. The next question is from Veronica Bottom.
Yes, and season. First of all, thank you for your presentation for candidacies. We highly appreciate it. You mentioned nation merchandise in your application. What is the current budget for its production and how you would like to change it to stay financially sustainable?
Um, well, I believe that uh, it depends whether is it like the merch that the national level, the national board uses for like promotion among partners and stakeholders. I believe that there has to be budget for that, for a part in the budget, and to make it more financially sustainable. I'm actually not sure because I believe that the promotion among partners and stakeholders is really important, and by using merch in for that, I think that uh, it would mean, for example, like cutting the amount of merchandise we are using.
Thank you so much. And for now, I see the last question from Martin Forman.
ESMCZ uses Facebook as one of the communication channels. Do you believe in the combination of this activity? Does it bring value in your opinion?
Well, I'm not. I don't think it's hard to use Facebook since it's connected to Instagram, and we post the stuff that is posted on Instagram is also automatically posted on Facebook. And I believe that there are people, like people that were part of the network before, and maybe are not that familiar with Instagram, which we are using mostly, and would like to also be updated about our activities. So I think that in that way, Facebook could be useful, although I'm not big supporter of Facebook. I don't use it anymore.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. For now, I don't see any more questions. So, okay, I see objection. What do you think? So before we jump to the question from Susan, I would just like to ask, I would just like to propose to close the speakers list. So are there any more objections? Okay, amazing. So I'm closing the speakers list. And please, Susie, next time, also the quote, also the section. I keep repeating it, name and the section to the slide.
Hello, I'm Zuzana Maszewska. I'm from City Prague. And this year, we started with the program Media Ambassadors. I call this initiative, and I understand it's gonna be under your scope, and I'm one of them, and I'm gonna work till the calendar years. I'm gonna work under you, so I want to see. Do you have any plans for us, and do you have any ideas that you would like to do, or improvements that you maybe have?
I actually like the project. Uh, I haven't really thought about the other tasks that would be implemented in the agenda, but I believe that it's working out well with, for example, the alumni tolls or representation of ESNCZ, and I believe that if elected, I would continue with the project and make sure that the promotion with social media ambassadors works out well, and there are tasks for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you again for your presentations and your answers.
Okay.
And now we'll proceed with another candidacy. It's time for being DOC for the in November. So I would like to ask Lucy and Kamcha to come to the front.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lukáš Trampota, president of ESN Brno. I'm not here alone because here is Kamila Maciáková, currently a member of our audit committee, and she will continue the second part of the presentation. I hope you are not tired yet and you are ready for that because we are here to present our candidacy for OC of National Assembly in November 2026. I will start with the name. We call it Drachina because it's basically two in one. There's abbreviation NA in the name, and it's called Drachina because it's connected with Brno's dragon, or maybe some of you know, but in Brno there's a myth about the Brno's dragon. And also, Brno's dragon is a mascot of our section. So that's the reason why we wanted to name it like this. Of course, it's going to happen, or possibly if you voted for us, it's going to happen in Brno from the Friday of the 6th till Sunday till 8th of November. And we proposed the participation fee. It's basically the same like the NAs this year. We have reduced a fee for two members of each section for 1,800 Czech crowns. We have also the full fee for 2,000. And because we are a really big city, and there are three sections in Brno. We also have the fee without accommodation for 1,200. And we announced that we estimated this event for approximately 80 participants. Because everything is about the people. We are here without everyone, each of you, we would not be here. This is our proposed OC. Basically, it's one of the most skilled people in our sections, and partially it's also the reason why we put this application on, because currently we have more than 40 active members in our section, and we have also a lot of newbies. So we would like to bring this event to Brno, to our section, to show our newbies that it's not only about the local events, local parties, and local activities, but it's something about more. It's about also national and international opportunities. So you can see all the really important people in our section that will possibly take care of you in November in our beloved city of Brno. This is proposed program. I know today it was really great because we had a breakfast at 9. Not in Brno, we will wake up really soon. But it's really cool because we will have the breakfast in the same building, like all the venues happening and plenaries. So it will be really easy for you to move around the building. We would start on Friday at 4 and we would end on Sunday around noon. So basically, really similar to Olomouc like today. We have prepared also the social program that Kamcha will speak about it a little bit later. On a Friday, we have really a huge amount of really nice pubs. So we would prepare the pub crawl for you. And on Saturday, because we have a lot of trams,
a lot of showing us. So we would like to show you also dopravní podnik města Brna. So you would have a chance to go in one of the most famous parts of the Brno and there showing us. This is all the venues, so that's the reason for me to give the word to Pamela to talk about our beautiful city center of Brno.
So as you can see, we try to make everything as close as possible, and the different colors, they all have meaning. So the black one is where we will eat and you'll get your bellies full. Also the plenaries, it's the building that Lucky mentioned before, so everything will be there, the breakfast, the coffee breaks, all the plenaries. So it's all in one spot. The purple ones is where your night will begin on Saturday and the night where you will end on Saturday. Hopefully then you will end up in the blue one in the accommodation and somewhere on the street. So as you can see, everything's walkable, or at least with the fancy trams that we have. The green ones is where you will arrive hopefully on Friday, and also the yellow one is social program for Friday. So about the accommodation, everything. Some of the hostels you may already know if you were even in Brno because they're the best ones in city center. So it's a hostel 11, John Galt, in Gruta. Everything's really approachable, like by foot. You can take a morning walk if you want, and everything's with an internet free, so you can stand online anywhere you want, even on the hostels. But I would recommend that too. You need a break. Bathrooms are shared by private, depends on which room you'll get. So we don't know, it's going to be a lottery for us as well. And the plenary sessions. The only thing you need to do to move around is take the stairs or the elevator because everything will be in the same room and the same building. We'll have rooms, more of them that like similar the S117 and 116, but you know they look basically the same, so we will not take all the pictures there. For the big plenaries, we got the fancy room where also the academic senate is. So we got the fancy stuff this time. And yeah, we're also using the like spolky premises in the buildings. We can rent for free and we can use them where we do breakfast and the coffee breaks. And the social program. So on Friday, we do a pop crawl for you to walk around with in the center. You know, our social program master, Simcha, she's very enthusiastic about the dragon theme. So she's already on it, trying to work the mysteries of Brno. And you'd end up in Utopia, which is a place where you can board games, billiard, and stuff like that. On Saturday night, tram night ride. You know, some of you have already experienced our Shalina party. So we want to give you the opportunity to do it again, and we don't want to do a boat party because it was last year and we want to copycat. So trams and after chill session where you can also sing will be in that. And yeah, that's about it. It's gonna take like 2 or 3 hours, both of the nights, but you can leave anytime you want. So that would be about it. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask and I will try to answer.
Thank you so much for your presentation. You can be already asking the questions. I'm opening the speakers list. Please enter your full name, your section, and the question itself. Let's just give it a few more moments. Maybe to share someone's typing something. We do have a question from Superman.
Yes, and in our budget proposal, mostly t-shirts cost 0 crowns. What is this on my magic so we can get some inspiration for future events?
It's the same strategy as we did for the LBT, for example, that we use the new section shirts that we have to not create only the t-shirts for the specific event, to also be sustainable. So we're planning on doing that as well again. So
Yeah, and will be marked also because they're blue. So, but yeah, not like that. So you can see that the offices have all the same shirts.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't see any other questions for now. So I do propose to close the speakers list. Are there any objections? I don't see any, so I'm closing the speakers list. Thank you again for your presentation. And last but not least, before we all go for the lunch, we will have some strategic plan presentation. The whole national board coming out. Amazing.
So good afternoon. We started in the morning and now it's afternoon, 1 p.m. Amazing. So we are here today to present our proposal for a strategic plan from July 2026 to June 2029. So what is it and why is it? So first of all, it's a shared roadmap for our network for the next 3 years. It sets the direction for activities, initiatives, and everything what we do. It helps us to prioritize the resources and also ensure that that all our local sections and national projects work together the common goal. So everything should be cohesive and smooth. What was the timeline? So how was the consultation? How was the process of this making it everything together? Already you had some highlights during the NA design. So all started actually a year ago during NA Pre-Good 2025 when it was actually my application goal to create new action plan. So there where everything started. In June, July, we set up all together with the national board the timeline and the plan, how we will do it, what we want, how many pillars, etc., etc., like everything what we do towards today. In August, we had an MB meeting when we again discussed about it maybe for 2-3 hours and set up everything what was needed. In September, we created templates, graphics, documents, and everything what was needed for the consultation and for the creating of the strategic plan. In October, there was a kickoff of the consultation. It was held online via the Google form. And then during the NA design, there was also intro what is going to happen with the strategic plan, and also there was a physical consultation. In total, in the form, we have collected 72 submissions. So thank you very much because I was a bit worried about it. But 72 at the end, I think it's pretty nice number. Nice number. If you are thinking about number of the questions, it's really like hundreds and hundreds of the inputs in the Excel sheets. And during the December and January, there was section SWOT analysis. So I'm very happy. Thank you very much once again that all 20 sections did it. Sometimes it was very hard to reach you out. Someone did it on time, some did it later, but everyone did it. So if you are thinking again about 20 submissions from the sections, again, times the number of questions, again, we are like in like hundreds and hundreds of the inputs in the Google, in the Excel sheet. In February, I went through all of these amazing inputs and all of the Google Sheets and cells and everything. And I did the first analysis and created a first draft. In March, there was creating second draft, and also there were some amendments, and it was together with the national board again through the consultations and comments and suggestions and everything together. And right now we are here in April with our final proposal for this NA, and maybe tomorrow it will be approved. And if approved, during NA June November 2026, there will be interaction of the new action plan for 26-27. That will be the first part of the 3-year strategic plan. Something about new structure, because I'm not sure how you are aware of the current strategic plan and how is it. So we change it a bit. So right now we are still keeping 6 strategic priorities because we think they are still same important. It didn't change. Also, it's cohesive with the ESN international strategy. So first of all, there's a six strategic priorities. Each strategic priority has strategic goal that tells you what will happen. Then there's a context of the strategic goal that tells you why. And then there's a strategic actions that tell you how. And each strategic priority or strategic goal has includes like between 7 up to 9 strategic actions. So it's totally new structure than it was before. Now we will go through the introduction each strategic priorities. As I told you, there are 6 of them, and we have another 6 amazing MB members. So each of them will introduce you one strategic priority. And I would like to start with Simon.
So, so the first one is international students. This says that by the June of 2029, the ESN Czech Republic will strengthen the national visibility and public recognition as a leading student organization supporting international mobility and intercultural exchange. Regarding the strategic actions, what it actually means is, for example, developing the national national and international student support framework that sections can locally implement or improve the pre-arrival information about the housing, bureaucracy, and in general, like living in Czech Republic. Also, strengthening cooperation with universities and international offices to ensure that ESN integrates the support system.
So, yeah, activities and services. Our goal is that by June 2029, the ESN Czech Republic will offer diverse, high-quality portfolio of activities and services that enhance cultural exchange, learning, and community building for international students and volunteers. For the context, activities are one of the most valuable aspects of the organization that provide opportunities for students and volunteers to meet, learn, and explore host culture while building international friendships. Some of the strategic actions would like how to do it is like developing the national quality standards for events and activities to promote sustainable and responsible events organization and provide and provide and improve digital platforms for international students and volunteers. It's like 3 points out of many which we stated there. And I will give the board to Sharka.
So another strategic priority is volunteers. You maybe know that we wouldn't be here without volunteers. They are motivated. They know how to avoid burnout. They know something about ESN work-life balance, and that are properly trained to gain some knowledge and some skills like leadership, soft skills, project management or intercultural communication. This strategic plan also wants to support volunteers in their pathway from the newbies to leadership roles and support the mentoring program. The strategic goal is that by June 2029, ESN Czech Republic will build a supportive and sustainable volunteer environment that empowers volunteers to develop skills, remain motivated, and avoid burnout. And the next one is governance.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm here to present you the governance part of the strategic plan. So the strategic goal is by June 2029, ESN Czech Republic will operate through transparent, efficient, and participatory governance structures that enable clear communication and effective collaboration between the national level and the local sections. And for some of the strategic actions, because there is many as in every category, I would put out uh, to improve the communication channels between the national level and sections, also support sections in improving their own governance practices and internal structures, and also encourage participatory decision-making processes involving the sections. And the rest of them you can find in the proposal of the strategic plan. And I will give the words to the finance manager.
Hello. So our fifth goal is external relations. And our strategic goal is to by June 2029, ESN Czech Republic will strengthen its role as
You can see.
sorry, technical issues. Um, as recognized partner for universities, institutions, companies, and NGOs in the field of international student mobility and youth engagement. This is important because strong partnerships allow the organization to expand its impact, assess resources, and contribute to national discussion about international education and youth participation. We are planning to reach this goal by 7 strategic actions to expand cooperation with universities and international offices nationwide, develop long-term national partnerships with companies supporting international students, strengthen collaboration with government institutions and youth organizations, position ESNCZ as a key stakeholder in mobility and international discussion, support sections in building strong local partnerships, increase corporate partnerships benefiting ESN card holders and volunteers, and last but not least, promote joint initiatives with partners focusing on education, employability, and inclusion.
Our main goal is visibility and outreach. In the end of June 2029, ESNCZ will strengthen its national visibility and public recognition as the leading student organization supporting international mobility and intercultural students. We want to improve visibility, which will help to attract more volunteers, strengthen our partnerships, and ensure that international students are aware of the support what is available for them. And we want to do it through the developing and coordination of our national communication strategy, improve our learning consistency across sections, increase media presence and storytelling about ESN impact, strengthen our outreach to prospective volunteers and students, promote success stories and alumni impact, enhance the use of digital tools and social media for engagement, position ESNCZ as a recognized voice on international student issues in the Czech Republic, and promote the Czech Republic as a great destination for international students and youth.
Yeah.
So I would like to summarize the strategic priority, as you can see in the project. So let's go. So more details are in the proposal. We just wanted to give you highlights of the most important thing, which is the strategic goal and name of the strategic priority. There's also how it should be implemented, more about reporting and how it's divided into action plans, etc., etc. Where I encourage you to read it before you're voting. So, and because there's a new structure of the strategic plan, should it be the new structure of action plan? Of course, there has to be new structure to secure the appropriate reporting and tracking of the goals and everything. So definitely, if this is approved, there'll be lots of changes in the action plans for the future. Yeah, and also I would like to just highlight that this 3-year strategy positions the ESN Czech Republic as a stronger,
more impactful and more connected organization. Also, this is part of our proposal, the sentence. So thank you very much for your consultation to all of the 72 people who submitted their input. Also, thanks to all section for submitting the SWOT analyzing, and also to MB for going through this with me. And also, thank you for considering its approval. It's all from us. We are ready for your questions.
Thank you for the presentation. I'm opening speakers list. You can ask your question by entering your full name and the section. Meanwhile, I can tell you a joke. What do you call a sleeping dinosaur? A dinosaur. Nothing? Tough girls. Wow. No more jokes for you. We do have a question from Magdalena.
Ah, hello guys, thank you so much for the registration with the strategic plan. It looks very nice so far. And I would like to ask you about this favorite topic of us all, the housing crisis in Czech Republic and overall in basically the whole world, I would say. Do you think are there any steps that ESNC that can implement or can help the international students with the housing crisis in Czech Republic?
Thank you very much for this question because it's really like on date question. I would like to say in the strategic priority number one, international students, in the strategic action number two, there is a statement improve pre-arrival information about the housing, bureaucracy, healthcare, and living in the Czech Republic. So it's covered in the strategic plan, and right now we don't have any housing guidelines. We have zero. So I think it's very important to mention the strategic plan to improve it in next 3 years.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question is from Martin Forman.
For 1 year in Czech, right? So like since kind of long time I managed to put it in. But that's a specific initiatives will be implemented in yearly action plans of future MDs. So as and the creators of the strategic plan, do you plan to provide some ideas or tips you would like to see implemented in the next 3 years, or do you want to leave complete freedom to the MDs of the future?
Thank you very much for this question. Right now, we are in a very specific situation because we have only 3 candidates for the national board, and we are not able to propose their own action plan on their behalf. So we have to propose it as a current board in June 2026. So definitely, they wouldn't have freedom if we should propose it. So if we should propose it, we should present it and be able to discuss it with the network. It have to be in the similar ideas and the similar direction what we do, and also in terms of some again continuity and stability that was today mentioned and many times today was mentioned. It have to be always consulted with the current national board. It was always in the past and definitely it will be in the future. There is no way that new action plan will be proposed without consultation with the current MD. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I don't see any more questions for now, so I propose to close the speakers list. Are there any objections? Okay, I don't see any, so I'm closing the speakers list. Thank you again for the presentation. You can sit down. And since you are all amazing, we did catch up with the agenda, so we are just on time. But just give me a few more moments to tell you a bit about the lunch and where we're going to meet after. So for the lunch, you go classically to the Mensa. You already know it from the yesterday evening from the breakfast. You will also have announcement from Lucy in the chat, of course. And after we're going to meet around 3 or like 3:05, as the agenda says, either in here or like outside of the building, again, you will be having an announcement from the OC, and we will have the time for the photos. So enjoy your lunch and see you back around 3. Thank you.